There's others where I'm glad I'm done with it. Let's just put it that way. I'm a mess right now. I'm a mess. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marissa for those of you who are new here, and thank you so much for watching. In today's video, we have a huge Empties bin, and I have lots of thoughts on these products. I have been testing some different formulas, and I've been loving, not really loving some products, and yeah. There's some of them that I can't wait to repurchase, and there's others where I'm glad I'm done with it. Let's just put it that way. So if you are new here, I would love you to subscribe, and let's go ahead and get started. Now, I'm not going to be going in any sort of particular order. I'm just going to kind of go in and grab some stuff. So I actually need to make some room here now that I have a new little filming table. If you haven't seen that vlog, I can link that up in the IN down below. So, whoa. All right, let's just go with the first thing that I have here, which is a candle. And this is the Sutton Lodge candle in balsam fir. Now, this was one of those candles where it was a wood wick. And honestly, like, it smells nice now. And like when I first bought this candle, which I believe I bought this at Tuesday morning, I honestly, like, I thought this would have a little bit more of a throw. Like, I had this on my mantle in my living room during like Christmas and the winter season, and I just used it up actually recently. It took a long time to get the fragrance out. Now, if you're not a big fan of fragrances, like, I understand. I wanted more. Like, I think that's the best way to describe it. I wanted more, and this was a wood wick, so it was supposed to have like that crackling sound. That didn't really happen a whole lot, which I thought was kind of interesting. So I love the smell. Like, even you're smelling it right here in the candle holder. When you burned it, it was just not the case. So unfortunately, this was a dud. Okay, so I guess I'll just continue with candles, and the next candle is from Place and Time, and this is Campfire Embers. Now, Place and Time is a brand that you can find at Joann's, which is the fabric and craft store, which I like to go through a lot for my different sewing and craft needs. And this smells like you would think a campfire smells. So it says it has wood smoke, harvest fruits, and ambered cognac, which I don't really smell the fruits as much, but I definitely smell the smoke. And honestly, this was such a nice candle. It had a really nice throw. This was one that I believe I think I had in here. Yes, Milo's like right here. I think I had this one in here, and it smelled really nice. The thing is that this candle burns really quickly. Like, even this huge size, this burned really quickly. It's a 3-wick candle as well, and you can see I burned through pretty much the entire thing. I really liked the scent of this. I'm just one that likes that kind of fragrance, for very smoky, I don't want to say musky, but in a way it kind of is. I don't know. I'm still figuring out what I like fragrance. I know I like a lot more unisex masculine fragrances over like floral, like rose. I'm not really a big fan of. So I really like this candle. Definitely recommend if you're at Joann's for shopping for other things, other crafting needs, or I would definitely check out their candle section. It's actually not bad. Okay, and this last candle is Autumn Forest. And this is also from the Place and Time brand. I think I bought these at the same time. Like, they had a sale where it's like you can buy 2 or 3, you get a discount. Again, another 3-wick candle. And this one had notes of dewy greens, earthy, floral, and woody. Definitely agree with the woody. This one, another one had this was another one, again, has really good throw, but does burn up quickly. This was one that Jordan actually really liked. He picked this one out because he liked the foresty, earthy smell, and it's not overpowering. Like, it has a really good throw. Both of these did, but I don't think it was so overpowering where like neither one of us had a headache. I don't typically burn my candles for very long, so for me to actually say like these burn up quickly, I mean they burn up quickly. But I think the smell was really nice. definitely foresty, definitely felt very wintry. So if you're interested in checking those out, again, I recommend checking out Joanne's candle section. Okay, let's switch gears to beauty. So I'm going to start off with, I guess, this one, which is one I can kind of just go through really quickly, and it's not super new to me, but it's one I definitely repurchase, and that is the Native deodorant. And this fragrance, or yeah, this scent is the sea salt and cedar. Now, I have found that I don't think I like this one as much because I don't think it's as strong as of a deodorant, but I do like the Native brand. I am interested in trying out their body washes and lotions, but for right now, I am really liking their deodorants. I've already, like, this one is part of a 2-pack, and I'm already using up the second of this. These actual packages last a very long time, so that's also nice because these can be a little bit more expensive, but I think they're worth it, especially the fact that they're paraben free and aluminum free, and I think they do a decent job because think about it, I am an athlete and I'm playing soccer, which is a pretty intense sport, and I'm playing it multiple times a week, and I don't feel like, oh my gosh, my deodorant didn't work, or I feel like I absolutely have to freshly apply before I go play, if that makes sense. So I definitely recommend these. This is not sponsored, by the way. I'm not sponsored by, they don't know who I am, and they have no idea that I'm making this video, so just keep that in mind, because I know this brand is definitely heavily sponsored, but I think it's worth the hype, and I am looking into possibly switching over to their cardboard packaging of this and seeing if I enjoy that better, and if so, that'd be great because it's a little bit more eco-friendly. So I really enjoy this deodorant, and I will continue to repurchase this from this brand. Okay, on to, I guess I got some hair stuff I can go into. So this first one is the Not Your Mother's Clean Freak Refreshing Dry Shampoo. I tested this out early last year, and I really enjoyed it. It states that it instantly absorbs oil for refreshed hair between washes. Now, for me, how I usually do it is I spray this in, and I put my hair up in a bun, maybe do my makeup or skincare, or I'm like going to make my coffee or what have you, and then I kind of scrub this out and brush it out. I actually put some of this in my hair today, but I'm on like day 6 or 7 of my hair, so this was not gonna, nothing was gonna save this, honestly. That's kind of why I'm like, oh, my hair is not looking the best, but it's okay. Anyways, I think this does a really good job. I still think I like the Living Proof over this, but I do think this is a really good drugstore alternative. I think it does a decent job. I really like the smell of this. So it does have a fragrance. When it says refresh without water, no visible residue, I agree if you are not keeping your nozzle in one spot. So if you're just constantly moving it, you're not going to get any sort of white cast. But if you're like holding it, which I think for any dry shampoo, if you're like kind of holding it in one spot too much, then you will get that white cast. So I really like this stuff. I've already repurchased another bottle. However, I think in the next Sephora sale, I do want to go back to Living Proof to see if I think like the price difference is like worth it. But I do think this is if you're wanting something, I'm kind of all over the place. If you're wanting something that's a little bit more drugstore price point, I think this would be a great option for you to try. Okay. This one's more of a dry texturizer. This is the mini version of the Davines Dry Texturizer. I got this a long time ago from my hairstylist that I had in California, and this did a really good job of bringing that beachy textured look, and it actually gave a really nice fragrance to my hair. And it wasn't too heavy, it wasn't too gritty, it was just the right amount for like more beachy waves. Like when I do like my crimped curls, I'll like spray this in there just to give it a little bit more volume and life. As you can see, I have naturally very thin, fine hair, but I have a lot of it. So this did a really good job of getting some more body and volume to it. So if you I think Davines is actually sold at Sephora But I'll link where I got this down below from my hairstylist, or my former hairstylist in California that I had, which if you are in the Long Beach area, I will link her down below. Definitely recommend. She is amazing. She used to cut my hair, my brother's hair, my mom's hair, I think even my brother's girlfriend's hair. Like, she used to cut like everyone I knew's hair pretty much, and she does a really good job. So recommend her if you're in the Long Beach area of California. But yeah, I really like this. I have found like recently that I'm not using a texturizer a whole lot, which I found kind of interesting because I was really into the beachy wave, you know, coming out of the water kind of a look on your hair. I don't know. I think my tastes are changing, but if I end up wanting a texturizer again, I definitely would repurchase this, as well as maybe try other ones as well, because that's what I'm really into right now, is just testing different formulas. But this is one I would definitely go back to if and when I'm ready for it. I feel like I'm sounding so hypocritical, but I'm just trying to like cover all of my bases. So yeah, I'm a little over the place, so I do apologize. Like, let's reel it in. Okay, I believe this is the last hair product. Yeah, the last hair product I have is the Aveda Damage Ready Daily Repair Instant Visible Repair, protects from heat styling. So this is just like in leave-in. This is a leave-in treatment, and it's one where you like shake it really well, and you apply it through damp hair, and then you go on with your styling. This I found was very heavy for my hair, so I would like put like a dot of it in it and then brush it through, and then it was fine. I think towards the end, because this is practically expired, there's still some left, but I think this is expired. I found that it was just way too heavy for no matter the amount of product that I did. I'm talking about like a dot, like not even really squeezing out. And I made sure to mostly focus it on my ends to repair my ends, because it's a hair repair treatment, and it is for daily hair repair. That's what it says on here. However, I don't recommend that, especially if you have similar hair texture to me, because it is very heavy. Like, I think the first time I tried this, I think I did it every day, like again, small amount, and it was just way down my hair a lot. Like, curls wouldn't stay. It felt overall heavy. And so I would only put this on if like a very tiny amount, kept it on the ends, and then like blow dried it immediately. Like, that was what I had to do in order to make this work. So I don't see myself repurchasing this, but maybe if you have thicker hair, I think maybe you would like this. All right, on to some body care. So I'll start with this one. This is the Prima Skin Therapy Ultra Rich Body Butter for Dry Dehydrated Skin. Now, this body butter was very nice. I got this in a FabFitFun box, and it was very nice. However, I went through this, and not in the middle of winter. I used it morning and night, and I think I used it up in 6 weeks. Like, it was ridiculously quick. Now, this jar, as you can see, is not very big, but I think this one is actually a little bit more expensive. Again, I'll have it linked down below. And it has a very nice glass jar, but the fact that I got like 6 weeks seems like really quick, especially for some of my other lotions and moisturizers and skincares, where I can go like months without it being used up. And so this, again, really nice. It's definitely a very thick, buttery formula. I guess you can kind of see it on here. It's almost at the color of butter. It had a really nice fragrance. Definitely, to me, I was fine with it. It's definitely earthy fragrance. I just don't see myself repurchasing this because, one, I used it up so quickly, and it's a little bit of a higher price point, and I don't think it transformed my skin enough for me to be like, oh yeah, this is worth the money. You know what I mean? So I think it was really nice. If you are interested in trying out, that's, you do you. But for me, I think the fact that I used it up so quickly. Now, it has like shea butter and jojoba. So, and also broad spectrum hemp / CBD. So it was very calming to put on at night and made me relax, and it relaxed my muscles, and it did hydrate my skin. It just, to me, it wasn't enough to warrant like having to repurchase this every 6 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think I'll be repurchasing it, but it was very, very nice formula. So if you're interested, check it out. This thing. This is the Schmidt's Bergamot and Lime plant-based body wash with argan oil, seaweed, and antioxidants. This smelled nice for maybe the good first month. So here's the thing. It's from Schmidt's, so there's no dyes, no SLS, no sulfates, no artificial fragrance. And it says it's a aromatic and moisture-rich cleansing. Here's the thing. This dried the crap out of my skin, and the smell was fine. Like, it was good for maybe the first month, and then it was like no smell, or like not the nicest smell. So I don't understand what happened, but this dried the crap out of my skin, and it was like, it's also probably why I went through that body butter, because I was using those kind of at the same time, probably so quickly, just because my skin was so dry from this. So I don't recommend. I don't know if Schmidt's, because I know Schmidt's is kind of like a little bit like Native, where it's all natural, plant-based, and keeps artificial fragrance out of it, and sulfates, which I think is great. They're actually Leaping Buddy certified, and I just wish it didn't dry the crap out of my skin, you know? And I wish like the scent lasts a little bit longer, you know? But again, it's plant-based and there's no artificial fragrance in it. So, I mean, I guess maybe that was something that threw me off. And this was actually, I believe, this was my first like plant-based body wash where there was like no artificial fragrance, very, very, very natural. So if maybe that was a little bit on me where I had different expectation. I don't know. It was one of those things where I bought it in a jam because I was needing body wash really quickly. I think I was like out that morning, and so I needed to have some body wash. And so I just grabbed it because it looked interesting, and bergamot lime sounded like a nice refreshing scent. And so I don't plan on repurchasing this. I don't know if I'll try anything else, like another different fragrance from Schmidt's. Voila, that's a mouthful from Schmidt's. So if you have tried any others and where you had a better experience than what I've talked about with this one, let me know down below. But yeah, I don't see myself repurchasing, and I'm actually trying a different one which I really like. It's a little bit more expensive, but I'll have to let you know in speed reviews, which is actually coming. I think I'll be filming that next week, so subscribe and stay tuned for that so you can get a review on all the products that I have been testing. And there has been some duds, surprisingly. Yeah, I'm really surprised about the duds that I got. So anyways, moving on, let's go into skincare, and then we'll leave makeup for last, which I'm pretty sure is what you are waiting for. This first item is the Dr. Brandt Collagen Serum. Now, I got this little tiny bottle in a FabFitFun box, and it says that you're supposed to apply it after cleansing, and you gently massage it, and you're supposed to use it AM and PM. I was actually genuinely surprised. I did see a difference when I didn't use this, and I feel like it definitely plumped up the skin. It gave a little bit more elasticity, a little bit more hydration. So I definitely want to find maybe a drugstore alternative. If not, I would definitely see myself repurchasing this. And I was really surprised that this tiny little bottle actually lasted me a long time, especially putting it on twice a day. Sometimes I would only put it on at night. So this tiny little bottle actually lasts a long time because the formula is actually very, very thick, which probably added to the feeling, to the moisturizing effect. And yeah, I really liked it. And yeah, so if you have any drugstore suggestions that are similar to this kind of formula, then let me know down below. But yeah, I could see myself repurchasing this, especially in the future. Okay, no surprise here on this one. This is the Naturium Vitamin C Complex Serum. This is a vitamin C complex plus hyaluronic acid and vitamin E. I've talked about this a lot. I really like this formula. I like the bottle that it's in a pump. You can get this at Target as well as some other products from this brand, which is honestly becoming one of my favorite skincare brands. I have used their cleansing oil, some of their moisturizers I'm interested in trying out. And also I've been using their eye cream. This brand is definitely becoming my go-to skincare brand, and it's decently priced. It's not super cheap, but it's also not super high-end pricing either. So I think this was actually $20. Again, I'll link it down below. But yeah, you can find it at Target, and again, really travel friendly. It's a glass bottle pump, which you usually don't see with vitamin C's. You usually see the dropper, which I have definitely confirmed that is just not my favorite type of packaging. And if I can avoid it, I will because it just, to me, it's messy and you don't get all of the product. And I would rather be either a squeezy tube or a pump where I can kind of get it all, or at least more of it, than you would with a dropper. Because a lot of times too, I've noticed that dropper packaging malfunctions and it ends up not working, and then you have to dump it out, and it's just, it seems messier. So for me, that's probably the biggest thing that has sold me on this vitamin C complex serum. But on top of it, my skin loves hyaluronic acid. I've noticed my skin a lot more plump when I am using this versus not. I can definitely tell when it's a little, this just brings it to life. And combined with my Polish Choice and with my moisturizer, I just feel like my skin just looks healthy and glowy and youthful. And I love this stuff. And if you haven't tried it out, go try it out, especially if you're looking for a vitamin C to add to your skincare. And the fact that it's a pump is, super convenient. Pump, put it on, pat it in, and you're done. And yeah, so I think I've talked about this long enough, but yeah, I have already repurchased it. No surprise here. And if there's other vitamin C's that you think I would like compared to this one, let me know down below, because I'm always interested in trying other formulas. But this is definitely my go-to. And that's honestly what happened with this one, is that I tried a different vitamin C. It was in that dropper packaging, and I was like, nah, I don't really feel like repurchasing it. Walking around the Target aisles, and I look over and I see Naturium, and I'm like, okay, interesting. I think I've heard a couple people talk about it. And so I saw this and I was like, vitamin C, you know what? I'm going to try it. And then I looked at it. I'm like, oh, it's in a pump. And I was like, that's great, because that's one of the reasons why I didn't go back to that other vitamin C. Love this and definitely recommend. Honestly, I think that might be just holy grail status. Like, let's be frank. Okay. On to makeup, we have some Empties. Let's see. The first one is, no surprise here, is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, and it's in the shade Light Ivory. This is my perfect shade match. I've already repurchased it. This and the NYX Bear With Me concealer are my absolutely favorite concealers. I go back and forth between this one and the NYX one, and this is my perfect shade match. I'm actually wearing this with my repurchased bottle today, and I love it. I feel like it makes my under eyes look healthier, a little bit more alive. It covers, you don't see my dark circles, and it doesn't, to be fair, I'm almost 30. I turned 30 in September, so I have fine lines, but this doesn't go into them as easily as some other concealers, to be honest. Actually, right now you can kind of see them just because I'm being expressive, and you know what? Wrinkles are okay. It means you lived, and I just think this looked really good on me. It covers, it's very full coverage. I've actually recommended this to my mom, and she loves this stuff. She's like, wow, this covers everything. Covers dark circles, spots, and she has like an H spot that she wants to cover up, and she doesn't feel like packing on foundation. I was like, use this. And so she really likes it. So no surprise that this is really, really hyped, but this is a concealer that will always be in my collection. Okay, on to brows, actually. I have the Milani Weekend Brow, which is an eyebrow tint pen, actually. And this is in, and just throwing it. And this is in the shade Medium Brown. This is fully dried up. It's one of those felt tip pens that you can draw in brush strokes, like eyebrow strokes. And it was a really nice formula, and I really enjoyed it. I think it added some definition, because I really like that more feather. I cannot talk, and it's so frustrating. it adds to that more feathery look. And I think these look, using this pen, if you want those kind of brush strokes, it definitely looks very natural. And some pens can be a little bit harsh, and this actual tip is very, very, very fine. And it reminds me, well, there's some left, but anyways, it reminds me of just a paintbrush, and it's really, really nice. And the formula actually stays on a long time. And as you can see, I've been like rubbing it, it doesn't come off. And this shade medium brown though leans very, very red, so keep that in mind. I used this a lot when I had red hair, and this dried up. And honestly though, as much as I think this formula is really good, I don't find myself reaching for this type of product. I find myself just reaching for a brow mascara or the brow glue, and then filling them in with a pencil, which is actually what I did today. I used the Makeup Revolution Soap Brow, and then I filled it in with the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. And I don't see myself reaching for this kind of product to fill it in. I think what the glue or soap brow ends up doing is bringing my brow hairs up and giving that feathery effect. And I don't feel like I need to add more brush strokes. You know what I mean? Add more hair like brush strokes. You know what I mean? I hope I'm explaining that right. So I just don't see myself repurchasing this type of product because it just doesn't work for my particular brow routine right now. I don't think it's a bad brow product if you are someone who likes to use pens for those realistic brush strokes or hair-like brush strokes. Hair-like brush strokes. Again, I'm all over the place. I am so sorry. This is honestly how I am usually, where my brain works faster than my mouth. So usually just gibberish comes out. So I am so sorry. Oh gosh. I'm just trying to get everything in my brain out of my mouth and inform y'all, but it's coming out as gibberish. Anyways, if you are interested in this kind of brow formula, definitely recommend the Milani Weekend Brow. Moving on to lip gloss, and this, which is funny because I never finish lip glosses. Like, it's a rarity. And this one is the NYX Professional Butter Gloss in Creme Brulee. I've already repurchased this. This was my go-to lip gloss for every day. Lip liner, no lip liner, lipstick, no lipstick. I can throw this on. It moisturizes my lips, and it's just a nice color with the Creme Brulee. It's very nice pinky nude. I mean, the cap is actually like broken, honestly. I don't know if you can kind of see it, but the cap's broken. But this is such a good gloss. This is such a good gloss, and I know a lot of people have hyped it up, and like, honestly, it's worth the hype. It really is. And it's just so smoothing. It's really creamy. It's not too opaque, so you can layer it if you want to, or you can leave it alone and you just have your lips hydrated. And it's not goopy. This is a Purse lip gloss if you have not already tried this, and they have a bunch of different shades. So if this is not your kind of color, which is Creme Brulee, I don't know if you've caught that, but yeah, it's in Creme Brulee. This is not your kind of color, which is fine. There's many, many, many shades of this. So I've already repurchased this. This is another one that will constantly be in my collection. Okay, and last category is mascaras. And I have 3 mascaras, and funny enough, they're all high-end minis. So this first one is one I just finished up, and it's the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes 4-in-1 Mascara Mini. I got this, I think, just like as a gift with purchase at Sephora, I think. And I really like this mascara. I've not tried Tarte mascaras at all. I actually haven't tried, I've tried the Tarte bronzers, and I have the highlighter palette, and I've tried eyeshadows. But I haven't tried foundation. Oh no, I did try Tarte Repurchasing. I've tried that foundation. That's the only one. But mascaras or eyeliners, I don't think, no, I haven't tried Tarte mascaras. I think this is the only one. And it's really nice. And it gave my lashes some volume. It gave them some length. It didn't smudge. It didn't flake. It stayed on. It's not waterproof. And this stayed on through playing. It was really, really nice. And the mini actually lasted me a long time. I think I bought this, think I bought this in the summer. And I've been kind of going in and out of it. I mean, right now, obviously, the wand is really, really short and all that. But I think the wand is really nice. It's really straight. I'm actually not too particular with my mascaras, so keep that in mind because I have naturally long lashes and I have a lot of them. So mascaras can easily work with my lashes because my lashes are already long and have a lot, so I can get some volume and curl. They like to curl. They're pretty much any mascara can work on them. So I really liked this. I may repurchase a full size of this if I come to the point where I'm just out of my mascaras and I see it's like on sale. I definitely would do that. So if you haven't tried out the 4-in-1 Lights Camera Lashes Tarte Mascara, definitely go ahead and do it. And these are no surprise. These are the Too Faced Better Than Sex mini mascaras. I have both the waterproof and regular version. This mascara is one where you don't need the waterproof version if you don't want to or you don't want to deal with waterproof. However, the waterproof was very nice. This is the mascara I wore on my wedding day, and through tears, through sweat. I mean, the wedding was in the middle of June in Texas, so I didn't have any smudges, no flakes, and this gives my lashes a lot of volume, a lot of length. It makes my eyes like boom, like wide open, and I really like this mascara, and I do plan on repurchasing a full size because I think this is one that I will go to often, and you know, it's worth the hype. I know that the Maybelline Sky High is a dupe for it. I see some subtle differences, so I may take that back of purchasing this, but I really like this mascara. I think it's worth it, especially for special occasions, and you want it to last throughout the entire event. I definitely recommend this if you haven't tried that, but this has been a staple for a long time, and I've been a little late to the party to try it out, but my makeup artist recommended it, and I can see why. This is a really, really good mascara. Okay, that is my oh, I am wrong. I have one more mascara. And that is the L'Oreal Bambi Eye Mascara. I totally forgot about this. And this is such a good mascara. This made me feel so flirty. It made my eyes feel look so sultry. I really like this. This is the waterproof version as well. I tend to get waterproof mascaras just because with what I do, like with sports, and in fact I'm in Texas, so it's really humid, and waterproof doesn't really bother me. So, you know, with removing it, I know it bothers some people, but I really like this mascara, and this is one I will repurchase for sure. I really liked how it made me like elongate my eyes a little bit more. It's a really, really big wand, which again, I don't mind. I'm not picking out my mascaras, but I really liked this, and this is definitely going to be one that I will repurchase. I think I would repurchase this over these because I have my Maybelline Sky High, which is very similar to this. So yeah, I just pointing that out there. I really like this mascara. If you haven't tried it out, definitely go do it. I know there's some controversy with L'Oreal's telescopic mascara, which I have not tried yet, and I don't know. I think, was it the telescopic or something? I don't know. I know there's something going on with one of their mascaras, and I don't think it's this one, but I really like this one, and if you haven't tried it, definitely recommend, and I will repurchase. I'll have to look into and try that other mascara. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I remember hearing recently heard rumblings about one of their mascaras. It's like telescopic I don't know. You have to let me know down below. But yeah, that is all of my empty products. I got my empty bin here, and I will be filling it back up again soon, I know for sure. Yeah, those are my thoughts on all the products that I have used up. I really enjoy filming these empty videos because you can really get a true sense of how a product is because you have used it all the way up. For mascaras, you'll typically see, because mascaras you go through easily in like 3 to 4 months. I mean, sometimes longer. Some of these I've had obviously since my wedding day. You know, that's been a while, and I try not to do that. And then that's another reason why I try not to have a bunch of open mascaras at the same time. And if I do, I flip flop. Empties honestly are a great way to see what your true well-rounded thoughts are, because you use the product all the way up, which most businesses and manufacturers are making these products for you to use up. I really doubt, at least in my opinion, you can correct me if I'm wrong and, educate me down below, but in my opinion, I think that's what they want you to do. They want you to use it up and repurchase. So you will be, if you are not loving the product by the end of using up, it's fairly unlikely that you're going to repurchase. So I love seeing empties. I love watching empties, and I love doing these empties because I can really get a sense of how I feel about a product. Especially skincare. Like skincare, it takes a while for you to figure out, like, is this really working on my skin or is this irritating my skin? And it's body care, same. And like after that first month of that body wash, it's like, okay, now the tides have turned. This is drying my skin out and it doesn't smell good. Like, I don't like this. So, it's really helpful in that sense, especially with testing out. Like, you can do a first impressions, and a lot of times that first impression stays the same, but also it changes. It really depends on the product. So I like this Tarte Lashes 4-in-1 mascara. I thought this was just going to be like a whatever mascara. So my battery's starting to die, but let me know down below your thoughts on any of these products, and hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Also subscribe if you are new here for new videos every single week, and follow me on Instagram, and also comment down below any new products in terms of hair care, body care, skin care, as of course makeup, that you would like me to test out and give you my thoughts on. I would love to hear them down below. It really helps me out when you guys like, comment, and subscribe. But thank you again for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. I apologize for how all over the place this video was. I'll do better on the next one, but hopefully you found it entertaining.